For the past 20 years of warm spring evenings, blustery fall afternoons, and sometimes sticky summer days, the Eureka Playground at South Lakes Park provided what playgrounds provide: joy. Built by community, this play structure let our children's imaginations take them anywhere and everywhere. Like the kids that grew up on these swings, Eureka is now older. The time is now for us to think bolder, dream bigger, and most importantly, come together again as community.
Good morning. Morning. My name is Mr. Will, and I'm a designer. Does anyone know what designers do?
Yeah.
Right here.
They make stuff.
About 20 years ago, I was involved in designing the original Eureka Playground, and it seems that there's a pattern these days where I've gone back to several projects that I was involved with who are redesigning and building new playgrounds today. So it's a pretty exciting process to go back to these communities and see what an impact these volunteer processes have had on the individuals and the community as a whole. What's your favorite type of slide?
The ones that go in circles.
A twisty slide? Okay.
Yes.
What would you like?
Football field.
A couple of things we'll do is try to include the things that are really popular, and then also things that are really unique and maybe relevant to local history and just the area in general. So from here, I'll have lists and lists of ideas that the children have shared. I'll sit down and start designing a new playground, trying to include as many of the ideas from the children as we possibly can. We're really talking about doing more than building a playground. We're really building the dreams of children. We're building a stronger community through this process.
I remember as a kid coming out and playing hide and go seek. I mean, everywhere you turn, there's somewhere to hide. There's somewhere to play and be a kid. It was built when I was about 10 years old, so it's been 20 years. There's been countless birthday parties, countless memories made out here. Now that I'm older, I have kids of my own, I'm able to play hide and seek with them, and it just feels good to be part of the next generation to build this new park and pass down the legacy to them.
Hey, welcome everyone, and what a great day it is we're here to celebrate and honor the Eureka Park behind us as we look ahead to Eureka 2, that's going to be the community build project that will be following this.
It has met its life expectancy. When it was originally constructed as a community build, it was intended to be a 20-year structure. It's now 21 years old. It's time. This is just another playground that's being replaced to keep it current and to keep it up and keep it safe.
The community built this playground. The city acquired the property about 30 years ago, and through the hard work of many, many, many volunteers, 3,000 people came together at one point or another to help build this playground.
If I remember correctly, there were over 3,000 individuals that signed in over the 8-day period that it took to build this playground. It's one of those type projects that once you get caught up in, it just grows and it just continues to build, and the people get so excited about it that there's a lot of enthusiasm that goes with it.
Eureka is one of the most beloved playgrounds in the city of Denton. You can see every day the park is full of kids playing. People here enjoying it, enjoying what they created together.
We've spent the last 6 months raising funds, coming up with the design, getting all the materials ordered and shipped.
One of the things we are most excited about at the park is its accessibility. So children with mobility issues can get with all the other children. We'll have special swings. There will be an oyster spinner. There's a merry-go-round that is made for children in wheelchairs to get onto.
It's a massive project. It's especially interesting that we're building the majority of it with volunteers.
Our goal is to build 50 sawhorses, that way we can donate them to the park effort. I used to go there when I was little kid. I used to play there. It was my favorite part. I enjoyed it, and I hope other people in the future would get to enjoy it just as much as I did. When the community can come together and help build this park, the park's going to help build the community.
We're looking forward to working with everybody to put this project together and create Eureka 2 for the next 20+ years.
Hey Charles, they need a couple guys, a 14-footer. I know, he's gonna have to just grab some guys, is what I'm saying.
We had a few cells come over yesterday, got held up for about half an hour, then we had lightning rolling about a little after 7, so we had to shut it down. We've been planning this for months. We had the volunteers sign up. It starts raining. You really can't call hundreds of volunteers and reschedule at that point, so you just got to kind of work through it the best you can.
I mean, it's a mud pit, and you know, can we work within that? Can we get things done? As bad as this is, it's not as bad as Arts and Jazz Festival was. So, you know, that gives us a little bit of appreciation for how bad it could be.
There's generally 1 or 2 people within a group that brings everybody up, and when it starts raining at first, there's a little grumbling, but then somebody will bring them up, and it turns into a fun day.
Everyone over here, you know, their spirit is up. You know, it's just exciting. You know, it's not too cold, so the rain isn't affecting us too much.
Mud's caked on our shoes, our pants, it's on the gloves, like when we pick things up from the ground. You know, we're covered in mud, but it's good.
When they said rain or shine, that's one thing I'm very happy that they committed to when they were asking for volunteers. And that's one of the reasons why I felt I was going to be here no matter what. Because worst case scenario, if a hurricane blasts through, we all just hide under here and we can still eat. We're all in it together is what it comes down to, and that's sort of the spirit of it. I've been playing on this park for 20 years, and so it's a really beautiful moment for me to not see it torn down, but to be rebuilt.
The rain came through, we got 4 inches of rain or so. The posts were not set in concrete yet, so all the posts moved. I think we're clear, ain't we? I see this coming up, but I don't see that outside frame coming up. Where are you at now?
Way off.
Lift up your right hand. Well, we're having to get everything back to level, and that's the challenge we're looking at right now, to get everything fixed from the rain event that we had a few days back.
We're slightly behind, definitely still in reach for a great finish on phase 2. The only thing we need at this point is bodies. I mean, if we get the bodies for the second phase, absolutely this thing will be over the top.
Okay, y'all come over here, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Okay. These 3 trailers or tools. The yellow building over there has snacks in it.
I've been involved in a lot of community service and volunteer boards and things of that nature over my life here in Denton, and the first Eureka build stood out as the most positive involvement that I've ever had in our community. It was just fabulous getting to work with people you don't know, and you become friends, and there's just a lot of camaraderie.
It's a nostalgia thing for us because we worked on the first Eureka Park 23 years ago when my daughter, who's out here helping us build this one today, was a baby. So she wanted to come out and feel the experience of working on a public project like this and do volunteerism, which is great for the community.
Good deal.
When I grew up playing on the first one, it was really big. There was all kinds of stuff to climb on. And I just remember when I was really little coming here all the time. I always saw all the other names all over the park from people who donated or helped. So I figured, hey, I want to be a part of it. As I grew up, I started working for the city, and I had to bring my camp kids here too. So I grew up playing on it. I had to watch my summer camp kids play on it. Now I'm helping rebuild it.
They've been here all week from different groups, sororities, sports teams, learning living communities. Most of us are new to Denton, and so it helps us to be able to feel like this is our home also. I like the feeling of everyone coming together to build something. So getting to help build the park was a big thing for us. I know every single one of us are going to be really tired, but we're going to feel really grateful that we got to be out here and help, and it's rewarding to us.
Yeah, I've always been involved in carpentry work and building houses and garages and decks and everything. Well, a couple of weeks ago when I worked, I built built just some deck frames when the very beginning after the poles were up. We put one of the handicap ramps in, all the railings. There's a lot of cutting, just people who come through with measurements, and I cut boards. I worked here 20 years ago when they built the first Eureka, and my kids were of the age when they could enjoy the playground quite often. Always fun to bring them over here. Fun place to see other kids enjoying themselves.
Now we're here at the building process, and I look around and I'm reminded of what I love about Denton. This is what makes Denton unique. We have this wonderful sense of community, and everyone out here is here because you love this town and you want to give back. Just to look up and see lines of people out there ready to help, and they're here, they're not getting paid. They're here to give their time and make the community a better place. It's, yeah, definitely overwhelming, and I'm so grateful for everyone that's come out.
Parks maintenance, Emerson said it better than I could, but thanks to all of you, you really do leave me speechless. Your professionalism, your skill, always your good humor. Always. It's just amazing. Thank you for making this happen, and thanks for letting me be a part of this. I feel very, very fortunate.
And so everybody's wore out. Toes hurt, ankles hurt, knuckles are busted, but it was really cool to see everybody come together, and it's been really fun.
These folks have been working 12 and 14-hour days for 6 days, and they've done a hell of a job.
For me, it's just a huge sense of accomplishment, a lot of pride.
In the beginning, we hit it hard, and there wasn't a moment this week that I felt that we weren't going to finish. But really the community came out and supported us and created this. You know, we can draw something on paper, but it doesn't come to fruition if the community doesn't support us.
Well, welcome, and what a beautiful, wonderful day. When I pulled in, I couldn't find a parking spot.
Okay, guys. Wow.
I thought, wow, this is great. Thanks to the community volunteers. I mean, what a gift of love to the community that you guys gave. The Parks Foundation, Molly Tamkin, what a gift that you gave in the first one and a gift in the second one.
So the old park, it had some different things, but the new park, you have zip lines and different types of things. I think I like this one a lot better.